The rulebooks are coming! The rulebooks are coming! The rulebooks are coming!
1 if by land, 2 if by sea.
The rulebooks are coming!
All right, guys, here it is. Yes, the rulebook has finally arrived. Thank you, Siredblood, for putting this in the mail on Monday, and it shipped in 3 days, or arrived in 3 days rather. Just arrived today, and it's pretty exciting. Of course, as you know, Siredblood has been extensively working on this project for the last, I think, 6 months or so, and a lot of hard work has gone into it. And I must say, when I opened up the package, my first impression was, holy cow. So if you've seen Siredblood's video where he said that these books were available and for sale, you saw his exuberance and excitement, and I can tell you that it's pretty cool to see this thing live and in person. So let's take a look at this rule book. Of course, this is the rule book for his Bloodbath rules that will be used in the Bloodbath tournament here coming up in about 4.5 weeks. The paper quality is very, very nice, very thick. Okay, I love it how the bleed, there's no white trim around the edges, as you can see. Very nice. A good binding, nice and thick. All right. And trying to see if I can compare this to, like, let's take a look at another rule book here. Compare. Here is a rule book from an out-of-box game, and you can see the comparison. Not that there's anything wrong with this one, but you can see how this is competing, at least quality-wise, and I think it far surpasses the quality. All right. As far as thickness, so let's take a look on the inside. Oh, check out the back cover. He did this cool weathered look to kind of complement his whole table and such. Got some coffee rings there, contact information, etc. So let's take a look. So you see a little bit about Siredblood here. Very nice. About the author. And then, of course, the differences from G40. So if you are somebody that's not familiar with Bloodbath rules, you can see the differences right here on the very, very first page. Open up page 3. He's got some beautiful artwork here from his custom map. Look at that. And just the craftsmanship is absolutely incredible. The way it blends in, looks like old paper. Man, that's gorgeous. All right, let's kind of keep looking here. Of course, we got credits. These are some of the crew that were at last year's Bloodbath tournament. Of course, the components. Check this out. All the components he lists here, what you need. Of course, you need the second edition of Europe and Pacific 1940. Of course, you need a map, whichever map is the latest. And I think right now it's at 2.9, if I'm not mistaken. You see all the different things here, markers, tokens. Most of this is just out of box, although you need some victory tokens if you want to play this. Not that you have to have the tokens. You can keep track on a piece of paper, you know, how many points you have and all that. But if you want the full experience, of course, you have technology roundels, transport roundels, those kinds of things. And I think he's going to be selling all of this stuff right here on his website eventually when he gets his website up and rolling. So you'll be able to purchase any of these things. Of course, the map you can get for $20. And the great thing is when you pay 20 bucks, you get not only the out-of-box map, or I'm sorry, not only the Bloodbath map, but also the out-of-box map in this same paint color scheme. Plus, you get all the updated versions that he makes from here on out. So well worth the $20 for that file. In addition to that, you're going to need some 3 cavalry units for China, as well as 2 Chinese tanks and 4 Soviet cavalry units. And then these are also recommended supplies, and you can read that yourself there. All right. I'm not going to go over every page here. Of course, it talks about the victory conditions, which kind of goes along with his cards his card deck you can get off making playing cards. Okay, How to Win the War. Talks about the different points that you can get and explains the different oil points right here, or like World Oil 1, World Oil 2, the different symbols that are being used. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the corners. Game set up. Here's a picture of his battle board, okay, which I have right over here. See if you can see that over there. Yeah. Boom, there it is right there. So there's that. Let's see here. All right, and game board, lots of great stuff. I'm not going to go through every single page. Talks about the political situations for every nation. And my understanding is he put this rule book is not only the bloodbath rules are in here, also the out-of-box rules. Like, so the out-of-box rules that have not been changed are still in here. So this way, he didn't want a file where you have to have this book for his rules, and then have another book for the out-of-box. So if you're reading about the political situations, all the political situations are the same, but this is all here just to remind you of that, so you're not having to go to 2 rule books in order to get the information. I love how he has some different diagrams here. Even uses the green for China and shows you what you can and can't do for China movement. They can't go into Kwangtung and Burma, of course. Cool new logo, Lend-Lease. All right. There are 2 Lend-Lease icons on the map, one in the Soviet Far East and one off of the coast of Norway. This goes into explanation on how that works. Of course, the Mongolian rule, that's out of box. Japan rules, there's a slight deviation on the kamikaze rule. You'll definitely want to check this out if you're looking at page 21. And look at that rising sun, how it's beautifully blended into that. Man, that's just gorgeous stuff. Oh, there's also an Argentina and Chile rules to try to get the South America into the game if possible. And them going pro-axis, so you can read up on that. The tech. I think this is one of the things I like best about his game is that his use of technology. If you're familiar with out-of-box or other versions of Axis and Allies or other war games, the technology, old way you'd have to buy some dice, and then you roll the dice, and then if you roll a 6, that means you got a tech, but then after that you roll for what tech you got, and you might end up spending all this money to get dice, and you get your tech, and you roll for it, and you get a tech that's useless to you. So the way he does it is you get to develop the tech you want to develop. And of course you can read up on the different technologies right here, and these are of course also on his cards. You can check those out, and you can track your technology here on the technology tracker page for research and development. Sorry about that, got a robocall and it cut off my video, so I'll splice it in here. But pick up at the research and development. Got some great stuff here. Core event sequence, all that's out of box, pretty much. Combat phase, purchase units phase, all those kinds of things. Okay, you see his combined arms cards right here. There are a few changes that you might notice right down here, that when a battleship and cruiser are paired together, then the cruiser also defends at 4. Okay, and also when you see 2 transports paired together, one of them, or you get to roll 1 die for at a 1 to defend. So, and that's any pair. So if you have 4 transports, you get to roll 2 dice at both defending at 1. I think that's a good compromise between either all transports defending or no transports defending. So I think that was a good compromise. We tested that out in Oklahoma. Of course, all this is out of box stuff. I'm going to fly through this, but you see unit profiles, all these kinds of things. Great graphics. Look at those graphics. Very, very nice. The print quality is fantastic. And moving right along here, I love the images he places in here. And we're working towards the very end, where you see, boom, his income tracker / research and development tracker. Okay, so essentially what you do is for research and development, you all the major powers, so that would be Germany, Japan, Great Britain, Russia, and United States. They all get to place a technology roundel here, And if they pay 4 IPCs, it goes to the second phase. They pay another 4 IPCs, it goes to the third phase. Here in the third phase, you get to roll 1 die for no cost. If you get but you pay whatever the die says. So if you roll a 6, that means you get your technology and you pay 6 IPCs. If you roll anything other than a 6, you don't get the technology and you have to pay whatever the value of the die says. And then if you don't get your technology here, it goes to the last phase, which means you can buy as many dice as you want for 1 IPC each, and you only have to get a 5 or a 6. So pretty much major powers all have their technology by the 4th round, and there are only 8 rounds in this game. Every now and then, maybe 10 to 20% chance one of the major powers will miss getting a 5 or 6 in this round, and then they'll end up purchasing in the next round. So, but cool thing about this is this is a perforated, so you can tear this out if you like and mount it on something. And of course, the card reference, which I think is fantastic. You notice on his card deck, he has numbers at the bottom of his cards, and they all correlate to this right here. So China, 71 is political situation, 72 is Chinese unit stats, and 73 is 6 IPC Burma. So if you're looking right here, that's consistent with right there. 71 is political situation. So that's great. So if you're looking for a certain thing, you can look for the card number 71. Plus, when you're organizing your cards, you can simply organize them in order of numbers. 70, I'm trying to do this with one hand. 71, 72, 73, so you can see if one of them is missing or not. And of course, the last thing is, like I said, on the back. All right, so this is fantastic. Sired, great work. Love it. So glad I got these. And I think he ordered a batch of 30, and they sold out pretty quickly. And I think he's ordered another batch of 50. The cost for these, if you're in the United States, was $20 for the book, plus $7 shipping. So a total of $27 for one book. But if you buy 2 books, it's just another 20 bucks. So I bought 2 books for $47. So essentially, it was $20 per book, 20, 20, 40, and then $7 to ship both of them together. So, when you buy 2 books, you're actually saving on shipping. So if you are interested in purchasing these, I will put a link in the description to his video where it shows you how to purchase these. And of course, you don't have to have this rule book if you want to play his rules. You can go to a link also and download and print yourself his PDF for free. But, if you have your own color printer at home, this will be great. If you don't have a color printer at home and you go to Staples or Office Max to print this, it's going to cost you 20 or 30 bucks. So you might as well get the real deal. All right? So hope this helps, guys. Hope you enjoy it. I want to highly encourage you to get this, and looking forward to using this over the next several weeks to prep for the bloodbath coming up in about 4.5 weeks. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.